What if I told you Evolving Skies had hidden gems? YouTube, it's Chase. Welcome back. Today, we have another Thursday Thoughts, and if you haven't tuned in, it's where I cover a topic of interest within the hobby. Today, we're looking at Evolving Skies and the undervalued cards within it. Let's get started. Evolving Skies released almost 4 years ago in August of 21, and upon release, it was known primarily as the Eevee set, with the Umbreon VMAX being the main chase card, along with other alternate art cards of the Eeveelutions. But as time went on, other cards such as the two alternate art Rayquazas or the alt art Dragonite grew in price, and before you know it, to buy a sealed booster box of Evolving Skies, you'd have to dish out $1,300. Now you may be asking yourself, Chase, how can a set that's so expensive to open have cards that are undervalued? To put it simply, they're being outshined by the more popular pools. Cards of the Eeveelutions and Rayquaza will always be sought after because those Pokemon are popular. But that doesn't mean cards with less popular Pokemon that are still hard to pull shouldn't be deemed valuable. The cards people are after in this set are known as alternate arts. An alternate art is just like it sounds, a different art of the same card. Alternate arts arrived in the TCG during the Sword and Shield era and immediately were very popular. The problem is they're extremely hard to pull. The odds of pulling a specific alt art is about 1 in 1,000 packs for a V card and 1 in 2,000 packs for a V Max. I'm going to tell you about 4 cards that are considered hard to pull, plus 1 bonus card that are still easily attainable price-wise. For a set like Evolving Skies that has a high barrier of entry due to price, here are 5 affordable options. The first card on the list today is the Noivern V alternate art. When I first saw this card revealed, I immediately loved it. I got major Batman and Gotham City vibes. Noivern jumping down between the buildings looks super cool. It looks realistic. And to pick up a raw copy, it's only going to cost you about $40 right now. But if you wanted to pick up a graded copy in a PSA 10, it would only cost you about $150, maybe a little less, and that's not breaking the bank by any means. Next up, we got the Golurk V alternate art, and this one's probably my favorite because it tells such a cool story. You got Golurk building the bridge, but it's getting a little help from the Nickit and the Swablu, and I think anytime you can get a Pokemon card that has multiple Pokemon interacting, it just adds an extra layer of depth to the story, and it's just a really cool touch with this specific card. Right now, you can pick it up for about $23 raw. That's an absolute steal. If you want one in a PSA 10, most of the listings have been selling for close to $100 or less, but the current listings, the lowest one I can find is $100, with the next lowest one being at about $150. So there's not a lot on the market right now, but that doesn't mean you can't get this card for an absolutely great deal. $100 for a PSA 10 of this card, sign me up all day. Next up, we got the Medicham V alternate art, and again, this one tells an amazing story. Super underrated. You got all the Medicham here in this valley teaching all these other Pokemon karate. You see the Cloyster, the Cinescorch, the Plusle and Minun, the whole Hoppip line. They're all learning from these Medicham. It's super cool. And what's even cooler is that this card only costs $15. $15 for a card that usually takes about 100 booster packs to pull. And on top of that, a single booster pack of Evolving Skies right now goes for about $30. And this card only costs $15. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, if you want to pick this one up in a PSA 10, again, it's very affordable. Several listings out right now for about $60, $70. It's been selling for about that. And adding such a cool card to your collection in a PSA 10 for $60, another great deal. The fourth card on our list today is the Duraludon V alternate art. Again, this one's telling a story. You got the Duraludon and its trainer Raihan eating a bowl of curry together. You got the Rotom foam capturing the image for them. Really cool. And again, this one's under $15 as well. You can't beat that price for a card that's just telling a really cool story. If you want this one in a PSA 10, a lot of the sold listings are around $60, so not going to break the bank. Again, you're picking up a card from Evolving Skies in a perfect 10 for $60. Really good deal. The bonus card of the day is the Umbreon VMAX. And while I know it's not an alternate art, I know it isn't the hardest to pull, just hear me out. First of all, it's Umbreon. Umbreon is probably the most popular evolution. All of its cards go crazy. And if you can get this card for under $60 compared to what its other cards are doing right now, that's a steal. Secondly, Rainbow Rares are no longer being made. And I know they're not super popular right now, but there will come a time when Rainbow Rares are sought after again, and an Umbreon Rainbow Rare is going to be at the top of that list. Now, to get this card in a PSA 10, it's only going to cost you about $150, which for an Umbreon card, that's a steal. You're getting a great card, a great Pokemon from a great set To me, that's a must buy. That's today's video, but before I go, I want to show you that I picked up the Metacham V myself. I'm never going to tell you to pick up anything that I wouldn't buy myself. If I think it's a good deal, I'm going to get it and I want you to have it as well. If you enjoyed today's video, drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe so you get notifications for when I post more videos like this one. Until next time, it's Chase the Money.